So the idea behind the LinkedIn messaging app is that you want to send the right message to the right people, depending on their job title, depending on a bunch of other factors. So if I want to send a message to Greg and he's a CEO, then I just click on message, and then on my mouse, I just pull the wheel toward me, and then it's going to show different messages. If I pull the wheel toward me, the messages will increase like 3, message 4, message 5. If I push the wheel away from me, then it's going to go back to 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. So the first message is just a general introduction. So this is something I could basically send to anybody on LinkedIn. Like, if they just joined my network, I would thank them for joining my network, and I would tell them my areas of expertise and so on and so forth. So the first communication should not be a sales pitch. I mean, this is a common mistake that people are making on LinkedIn, and that's okay. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying that it's not the correct way. Because it's like, the first time you meet someone, you don't ask for a favor. You don't ask for them to send you their requirements, like as if you're ready to do business. No, the first message should just be an introduction. So like this one. Now, since Greg is a chief executive, I'm going to go to message number 2 by pulling on the wheel. And here, this message is for chief executives. Now, I have a message for CEOs, and I have services that I offer, but they're confidential, so I'm not going to put them here. But if you have a service for chief executives, then you can put it here. And what happens is that I just put the cursor in the message box, and I click on the right button, and right away it's going to type the message that I have for CEO. So I'm not going to send it because it's just a demo. Um, so I hope Greg doesn't mind being in this public demo. I don't think he minds. So for example, if I'm dealing with, let's say, Nicole, who's a consultant, so I would send a message to her. Now she says thank you, so I'm just gonna click on you're welcome. So suppose I want to send her another message, right? I just pull on the wheel on my mouse, and then I could send her something like this. A message about about how I could become a finder for her. I'm not sure if that's the kind of thing she wants, so I'm gonna go on to the next message. Is she a sales rep? I don't think so. So I'm not gonna send that message. Message number 5 is a report on artificial intelligence. Well, she's not in the field, so that's not for her. This is for coaches. She's not a coach. So you can have like 10, 20 different messages, and depending on the person that you're talking to, then you can send the right message. So for Nicole, I'm not really familiar with what she's doing, so I probably have to check her out later on, check her profile and see what kind of business or career she has. So I would send her message number 1, which is just a general thank you, and just to mention what I'm currently doing in terms of my areas of expertise. So I just have to put the cursor here, and I right click, and right away it's gonna send message number 1, and I just have to click send. So this is a demo, of course, so I'm just gonna erase all of that. So you can see that I have over 16,000 connections, so I'm not going to go through all of them in 1 week, but I'm just going to select the people that I think are likely to be interested in doing some kind of business or some kind of collaboration with me. So for example, Prabhat here, digital marketing, definitely we can do something together. Jordan is in sales. So let's take an example for sales representatives, and there's a lot of salespeople on LinkedIn, obviously, because that's where you can find B2B clients. So I click on message, and I put the cursor here, and once again I pull on the wheel, and I'm gonna have all these messages. Okay, general introduction, CEOs, LinkedIn marketing, sales, right? So Jordan is in sales, right? So I tell him, many of my connections in sales are using this app to do their prospecting, so maybe it might be interesting to you. So I asked him to check out the demo at YouTube. So this tiny URL is going to send him to YouTube, and just contact me if you're interested. So I'm just going to click here in the message box, and then I right click, and it's going to type exactly the message for sales people.